End of the world.
Beginning of you can find it in the notes.
I'm your Virgo host.
I'm your Libra host. Let's get into it.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Let me get this quick little thing. It's our joint. Here we bring perspective. On top of that, everything is cosmic. I'm gonna get into my point. Froze that whole little cringy thing. Let me get a drink of this first. But okay, topic of the day. Topic right now is basically, should you weaponize the Black history and the Black family? Off thoughts, like even kind of in the past, present, future, or anything that kind of relates to me personally. I feel like for one, everything is already weaponized. Like going into what we feel as if we're missing in the Black family. I feel like growing up, being in a Black family, you already kind of weaponize where things may not be full or complete. Like somebody need help here, I gotta pick up here. It's always about covering slack in the Black family or any kind of family. I'm gonna say that specifically. But when I say about the incompleteness, I say like specifically on history and have a certain kind of hatred towards what's not said and what's not like passed down towards younger generations in the Black family.
Like it's already weaponized before you know anything about it.
Kind of so though, because like our peoples don't talk about it enough. And I continue saying like, well, should we weaponize the Black history? History is very vague. Like, so even to get specific on that, like literally like who our even parents was. Like, cause like and it's crazy because I feel like our elders live in persona for too long. And we never kind of get to like truly a deep dive into like, remember Moana? When her grandma had to show her actually the history of like the people of that island. We used to actually voyage to sea. Like,
Yeah, and before that, she was treated like a rebel, like she was wrong.
like she was wrong. I need another one already. But yeah, like in all lies and all actuality, like I constantly do feel like enough's not said, enough's not given. And I don't know if it's because we're exhausted. A lot of times we get to a point where we get able to see I haven't seen any grandchildren, but I feel as if the narrative be from our grandparents or just even our parents, they get to the point to where they're just happy and thankful for what they have right now. No need to pass down dead stories or any kind of other stories. But that's the kind of time that rich people have. Like, and I'm like, it doesn't take wealth to be rich. It doesn't take monetary gain or value to be rich. And I'd be like, what about the time that you should honestly be given just off of the heritage, the lineage, the organic, authentic nature of what my last name is? Like that kind of stuff be different. And we wouldn't even be able to get into like, you know, my mom and my dad low key got parents from West Virginia or peoples from West Virginia. And like, who knows where that kind of demographic kind of stems from, and like to hear that, like, how did y'all both make it out? And I know that both of y'all tastes is different necessarily in music or y'all cultures, y'all eating styles, some habits might be different. But on the case of why don't we know y'all correlation at least? Not that y'all just met somewhere in time and y'all just kind of simmered in and marinated kind of in a way. So that'd be like my biggest thing. Like I weaponize the things that I don't know because for one, I'm ignorant to them. For two, you're ignorant to the feelings that I crave as a parent or as a grandparent. And then being a child and wanting to learn and be like, what helps? It's hurting me though. Like, and you think I'd rather not know some things is good and left alone, take it to the grave. But that saying is so contradictory because like it's for liars. It's not for people who trying to actually do good with what the truth is. Like, and like, what are you passing down to me all the time?
Straight up.
That's how I let them like get into that.
Yeah, a lot of our traditions in most families is from trauma and not from culture. Like it's things that we're just used to doing, old habits that were constantly just repeated. No true essence or spirit in it.
Yeah. Where's the revitalization? Where's the
I wouldn't try to weaponize those feelings though,
Mm.
because it often gets aimed at the wrong person. Even if you still get the right person, people catch strays like in those moments, or people that are still ignorant to things, or people that just never meant to know information,
Mm.
and it can be misconstrued in repeating the same patterns
Facts.
in a way.
I would say that. I would say me in the eyes of me not weaponizing, it's solely for one to weaponize the good in it. I can weaponize the bad. Like I mentioned Killmonger, like he was weaponized to come back and be king because of what you left for me. And not to say he didn't know his, which he didn't, he later found out. But he didn't know his dad was part Wakandian or part of this rich nation. He didn't know his
I was
father
never
was
mad at Killmonger either. Like for him feeling that way and taking action, I do still feel his execution was slightly geared toward, because T'Challa was still new to the crown anyway, so it wasn't even his doing.
Yeah.
So it's like him catching that stray for something that wasn't even his decision, because he felt in a way that was like, you shouldn't have abandoned him anyway, but I'm still the one that gotta fight for all of us,
You was wrong.
type of thing.
You was wrong.
Eh,
In the eyes of like going back and being able to talk to your forefathers, what kind of conversation do you have about what you have done to a damn near a brother of yours in a way?
too much to talk about, and all you can do is listen. Because there's no time to be talking.
Facts. All you definitely can do is listen.
That was a great depiction that they did in Black Panther as a collection. Is like
Facts.
showing that part of being able to talk to ancestry.
Facts. Bro, that they'll never get enough credit. They say the franchise was terrible, or they say like the second movie was terrible. But what about him actually going back and seeing Panthers on the tree?
Yeah, I don't think people understood like the weight
Yeah, wait
that
that.
had when it was in that moment, because it was silent.
Exactly.
Everyone was listening.
And then on top of that, they always say men don't live long enough. Getting to speak to the men in your family. I got this thing in my mind, like if you can win a war with a 200-year-old man. Like you can save a generation with a 200-year-old man, or you can save a generation with 100-year-old men. And like just off of the vastness of the knowledge that they have, going against a whole bunch of 35, 40-year-olds, them 200-year-old men wipe out a nation if they want to.
Pure wisdom.
Pure wisdom and experience. And like that kind of stuff, it just all depends on how you're able to correlate and react and communicate with those individuals, because they're not going to be, they're looking to be more like kings. But they don't need to be kings. They need to be like allies or conciliaries. Like I'll just be looking at that whole peep in the game and just seeing how important it is for history in general to be conserved, preserved, and captured. And then how do you exactly prevent wars or help wars, or what happens in that kind of matriculation from generation to generation of life, like in people, and then especially for let's say oppressed kind of people, what that does for them on all corners, on all sides of the board. It's important to me. Like, and I was thinking about that, like, yeah, you get 200-year-old men and you map out this, like, of course they would have to know some type of energy or knowledge about what has happened, or kind of battlefield, or some type of war essence for sure. But in this mind, I say, like, yeah, I believe that you can definitely win a war, and don't let you have more of them. Don't let you have some 100-year-old woman. Like, the medicine gets even more powerful then. Like, it gets crazy. So it goes crazy. Like, and one of the questions I definitely have for you, in essence, of like necessarily knowing who you is, but like in your experience, maybe not having to talk to your family, not speaking to your family or something like that, but like, what drives your mind the craziest when it comes to, I would say, lack of communication or just lack of conversation with family in general?
I would always like to be closer, and again, literally lack of communication. You definitely already said it, as far as like the initial source of like things that can easily be changed or fixed, or just beginning to be healed. And it's like, getting older and realize how like naive I was to certain things, and it's like I'm now learning and hearing past histories and traumas and situations and scandal, whatever it was.
Yeah.
It also had nothing to do with me, so it's like completely out of my control. But it's like, wow, like, but not knowing and having that ignorance allows me to still be willing to take on the responsibility. So it's like I'd rather not know, so I don't feel some type of way about something.
And want to neglect.
Exactly. Or have any small type of resentment on, like, you feel me? Because these are grown people. So it's like they very much know exactly what they're doing. It doesn't take a child to tell you that.
Yeah.
So it's like I keep that at bay for real. I don't let it. It's just, I mean, you kind of gotta laugh at this point. But you realize how like immature like family is and can be. So I definitely keep looking forward. I don't even try to listen to it. Like I hear it and I keep moving.
I felt that. Shit, I'm about to say. Who's that? Whatever he's doing. We live.
You live.
Saturday Night Live. Yeah, I be in my psychosis about it, real heavy and deep, because you just don't know what you don't know. Man. Where would you be? I'm all ears.
All right. I'm gonna just put it like this. You don't have the standpoint of, because you already don't have a choice on your side of the playing field. But for the sake of hypotheticals and being able to choose, would you rather choose your ancestry's consciousness and just being tapped in, or would you prefer to be in the chaotic and youthful generation we are in now?
I didn't ask that question that way. I kept trying to find a way to ask the question, even when I posted this shit on Instagram. Like, I don't necessarily know a way to ask that question, because you can get people too easy of an answer, and it's not an easy answer. Like,
Nah, it's really not. It just depends on your route.
Yeah,
it shows your character. It shows your character for sure.
For sure. What I'm gonna say, as far as what I know about previous generations, is that, of course, their consciousness. What I also do know about the previous generations is that our consciousness have led us to be betrayed. I think the thing that we know now is, like, as far as in our generation, we know that chaos is the man right next to me, not the man across from the way.
Exactly.
So,
well
in all
put.
my smarts, I feel like actually the smarts in this the chaos in this generation has prepared us. So I would definitely choose this generation. I would choose what we know now. And I contradicted my answer, even my feelings toward that answer, because where are you going? Not
And you
what
know your values.
Exactly. So you don't want to necessarily be. And like, even asking you that question right back, like, in the eyes of this being a story you got to tell, or a situation you got to solve, and your family life depend on it, or your life depending on it, why do you choose what you choose?
I can tell you exactly. See, this was my conflict. Like, a lot of growing up around older people, you care about those values of like enjoying life through hard times and struggle, and the survivability that our parents and their parents had. It also was a different level of all about fun, kicking it. I go with you as well. I preferred the young chaos. But where I'm conflicted at is, like, even though that I think that our generation gets counted out for a lot of things that we actually do know or can possibly figure out and are close to figuring out is like the family orientation that our family had. Like the things as small as eating at the dinner table together.
Mm-hmm.
That was still mandatory and important
Mm-hmm.
for a lot of people growing up because of our parents and their parents. Like that's how they were raised. And for a long time, that's what I was doing. So like that's what I'm used to.
Mm-hmm.
And I see how powerful it really is. But I also see like that's something that our generation is not so hell bent on. Is like the family. We say it all the time. Oh, I'm family oriented. But we're really not family oriented. It's about my mental health and how I feel. So
Yeah, you ain't lying.
it's definitely fraudulent on that end.
We're not even friendly oriented or friend oriented.
Yeah,
know,
and that's the
like-
one thing that's hard to like let go and come to pass is like I prefer the spiritual nature and just the intuition.
Mm-hmm.
But that survivability only lasts so long because we still playing defense.
Mm-hmm.
The thing about the rebellious nature is we got to let go of all those morals. Because I think older generation is scared that we could be right and that we could change the world in unimaginable ways. So it's like, oh, y'all don't really know nothing. Y'all just, they put it towards we just young when we start making sense.
Mm-hmm.
And it's because when we start making sense, we start bringing efficiency. Now old people are like, you kind of going against my whole 30, 40 years of working or 30, 40 years of surviving, struggling.
Mm-hmm.
And I could have cut that in half.
That's where older generation, older people is fucked up at right now. Like even it's in movies. Like you see so many young people in general like go out and make work look easy, making money in general look easy. And the thing I think about older generations that what they're not willing to accept is that they wasn't willing to evolve. They was willing to be just these people stuck in their time thinking they was conceited.
This is keeping you safe. This is getting you by.
Like they was really comfortable with what they knew and with how they felt about things. And I mean, their trauma is a lot more deeper. And that's, I think it's different. Like our trauma is a lot more different and deeper. I mean, their trauma is a lot more different and deeper. And it's a lot more graphic. Our trauma is graphic, but it's desensitized because we see it from
and that's another thing. It's like our generation, because of world news and mass news around the world, it's like our generation is able to think globally, think about problems globally.
Right.
So it's like our perspective is, I got to take care of all of this. Back then, they didn't have all that social media to look at what's going on. They only knew their specific neighborhood, so it didn't matter so much. But because we're seeing problems all around the world, our solutions become more efficient for a higher amount of people.
Facts. And they damn sure was definitely caught in the rat race. Like
exactly.
They definitely was. And the fact that you just said that about us looking at things from a global level, they was looking at a 4-block radius with people seeing the same people they grew up with die.
Exactly.
They don't even know that people was living out here 100 years, 200. I mean, 100. Like they don't even know people out here really thriving in life in general. Information is being passed down, and like it's kind of sick. Does that kind of scare you?
Because they ain't see the people that had it better than them or the people that got it worse than them. All you seeing is the localities.
Facts.
And it's like, that's another thing. We learn faster, but we also fail faster in that way.
Yeah.
We got so many examples of businesses and entrepreneurs and speakers and actors, and I tried this, or you'll see their career and you'll see the fall off. You'll see the one-hit wonders. You'll see all these examples. So it's like, okay, I know the method now. This is how not to be so many of these type of people. And all of those people start young, the ones that last so long. We got people like Lil Wayne that been in it. Young boy, like these people are lasting so long because it started so early.
Does it make it hard for you to make a choice in life? Like, does it make it hard for you to make a decision because of how much examples you do have?
It's almost hard not to follow your straight and narrow because you feel like you contradicting your identity. Like, I've started with these morals and these building blocks. So going against them is like, even though it can put me in a situation that I know I don't have to deal with, the path that I've chosen, the way that I've reacted to things, like the path of a rebel. You got to uphold things that are of rebel essence. when it comes to those decision making. But that's where conflict becomes when you are an empathetic person or transparent person. You get conflicted in that same path, and it's like, is that going against things that I'm telling myself I'm supposed to react in a way?
I think that's definitely contradict. I mean, it's definitely conflicting. Like, and even you saying that, we got so many examples, that we got some people to pull from. Like, we're jam packed of things and what's going on. Like, and this streaming world is crazy to me. We don't even know how crazy the streaming world is because we're trying to get rich off of it. Like, we need to actually sit back and look back. Like, even I was watching Zoe Spencer and Zeddy Will on Nick Cannon's Let's Play Spades show, and he had a call on her. Her name, is she a woman? I don't know her name though. Just go look at the show. But like, she was on there and she was basically like, yeah, how do you work the streaming thing? Let me get on there. And like, this is where I think old and young need to be like this, especially if you melanated, especially because like you seeing the ways of how much money and cash flow is going through this world or going through the internet in general, and our elders deserve a piece of it, for one. For two, like, youngins need the knowledge and the consciousness, as you were saying, like as you're like bringing up like the differences between us, like how much more years do we get to sit with wealth if we even introduce or bring in older generations to streaming? Like, that kind of thing right there is off the top dangerous. And
I do still feel like that a lot of our grand relatives are just holding on to 40-year-old lies. So exposing it to internet is like, it's gonna unfold too much. It's like Pandora's box when your grandfather or grandmother start telling stories about everything that they saw because they raised every last one of them.
Oh man.
But it's also needed because if not, it'll be a lost knowledge.
Correct.
We already got boomers and a lot of people retiring and selling businesses, selling homes, truly trying to just get away from the work life. And it's like, we're taking on all of that.
Well, I think it definitely gets dangerous. And we need that relationship. We definitely need that relationship. What generation is it? We what? Gen Z? Gen Z?
I
generation are we?
don't know. I always get confused.
98 and back is considered millennial. 98 and up is Gen Z.
Gen Z. Okay.
So if you're born in 98?
You pick one.
When were you born, Benjamin?
Really? I was 98.
98. Okay.
So I could fall in the gap. Some will say that I would be the tail end of millennial. Some would say I'd be the tail end of Gen Z.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Beginning of Gen Z. So.
Gotcha.
I would say my brother born 98. So like, I just always wondered.
You know, it's different though, because like 98s, they peep the younger generation. They float more because I mean, you seen games and video games.
You do get to choose.
You seen the whole change. Like, you was born at the apocalypse, what people called the 2000. Like, that's dangerous. So
you do really get to choose at that point in time.
That's definitely power. I'll be saying like we was born at the beginning of a century. I look at that from the scope of the beginning of a century, like not 2003, not 2004. Like, you're born in the first decade of a century. Them first 10 years is important. Like, that just shaped everything.
I agree, especially when there's so many conspiracies anticipating its arrival. So,
what memories would you say you have, like being at the tail end of that, or millennials, or the beginning of Gen Z?
I didn't grow up with a ton of like what most people consider millennial stuff. But I also think like Gen Z does a lot of dumb stuff. So I'd rather associate with more mature millennials.
I agree. I feel that.
I wouldn't say like I remember like the video games or the cartoons and stuff because I didn't really do a lot of that growing up. But I don't feel like I associate with like the typical Gen Z. Like what's standard for Gen Z?
We got some messed up Gen Zers for sure.
We do.
We got some messed up Gen Zers.
We really do.
Let me see what Gen V is.
It's insane.
We is, I ain't gonna lie, but we is messed up though, because I mean, a lot of our parents born in the 70s, 80s,
Yeah,
they
my
was
dad was
messed up.
born 1980 on a dot. On a dot. So it's just like
We messed up. We make music about what it was like in the 80s. 70s was a little different. But a lot of people growing up, it's slogans. We already know what kind of happened in America during the 80s. 90s, however that goes. What you got? You got something? Okay. All right. Well, Gen V is well, it actually brought up the television show on Amazon Prime. You watch that? No, you give it a. I was gonna make a TikTok about it, but I was like, but
I
it
just been
is.
under a rock. That's all.
Hey, under the rock is never. Let me see.
I'm ready to enter my larvae state. Like not to jump no guns, but
What is the larvae state?
just like after this chapter of being in the forge and refining and polishing, getting out impurities, I want to step into a space where it's like cocoon before the metamorphosis, like the complete silence, the darkness, the self, the stillness, the nose, like the truly I have nothing for you. Like,
I have been awakened.
yeah, something has to happen before this metamorphosis type of thing. Like things have to go quiet and still. So
I would definitely say I was getting visions on just like even everybody joining to live in this house. I was thinking about like that whole. For one, I was thinking about how we was ahead of the curve.
way.
I think we was ahead of the curve. I think we took a lot of blows that comes with being ahead of the curve with just naturally this and that. And like, looking at it like now, like I still have questions on like how this was necessarily able to work.
I was just talking about it earlier today.
Like, and looking at it, and I mean, for of course accepting it what it was, and just knowing like even for me, Carbine and Kimu, like that right there, and then for you, like that's something that's you can't just do. I'm gonna say
Nah, and
with
what we
know
truly
now,
are exceptions to the rules.
to the rules, and that's definitely something I definitely take with like, not gonna say a grain of salt, but with like full maximum appreciation that we was ahead of the curve, because the world was individuals when we did this. Everybody was individuals. I was looking at like we got to definitely appreciate and soak in to like what we really do have and how important it is for multiple individuals to operate under one house, no matter how dysfunctional, no matter how uneasy or uncomfortable that may be, and get back to that, like you said, the dinner table thing. Get back to
It's
that.
a small part, but it's so powerful. I swear.
Facts, factual. To sit there and talk about those things, like to have this, and I was like, get in the game.
We got to. It's that season. We got to. I've already been,
Bro,
yeah,
get in the game, bro.
doing the in-house stuff. That's what I want to start showing too. Like our days in this house are numbered, so it's like,
Bro,
we only got so many episodes in this house. Those days are numbered, and just like the routine, the establishment, those things are changing, and we're gonna have more space to do things. So,
bro, wondering what like the 20s got to bring. 20s, even the 30s, like what comes with that kind of, I don't know, like, and then be like heavy as the head, because that's something that's definitely like,
that's one thing too. It's like we get counted out for is like having the emotional intelligence and caring about our mental health. It's like, yeah, I make fun of certain things about our generation, but it's like it's seen as weakness to older generations. It's seen as like we're soft and we're weak because we care about these things. But we know when to quit. We know when something's truly not serving us, or we not getting the returns of our work.
I would definitely say, what you even saying those words, like, this is back in the previous conversation. Rakaya is retarded. Rakai is retarded.
I agree.
He needs help.
I do.
He's gonna be a loose gun. Like, I would not trust him if every person had to rally up. He's gonna get somebody hurt. And
Can't have the most say so.
bro,
You can't have the most impact or influence.
put him in the nursery or the Bible study or something.
Because he's definitely got his foot in the door of like people. He's him being the epitome. Like,
Bro, I was looking at this guy, bro. I really be looking at his face, bro. I'd be like,
it's hearing him talk, like truly
his
listening
voice
though.
is like, bro, he's somewhere out of Jigabook or something. Like, he's somewhere out of like, he's been reincarnated, bro.
I can see that.
I could definitely see, bro. Somewhere in his past, like he had unfinished business, and he's coming back for Duke Dennis's.
Bro, they're unhinged, bro. The whole social media thing is unhinged completely. I think we the only platform with civilized like content. If you ask me, like true humanitarianism. Not saying only, but we the only.
Bro, I'm gonna give it to that. Okay.
At our age, in our locality, what's around, we the only ones.
Virgil, or whatever there.
Debate me on it, combat me on it, go to war about it.
Argue with your mama. I would definitely argue. Let me say that, bro, because like I was watching Clover Boys lie detector test, and I'm like, bro, he asks Reggie. He pulls everybody's card, and then him being the youngest, he thinks about the things that they used to think about when they was that age. So
Cause he
knows.
watching them too.
So he be like, he asks Reggie like, do you wish you? I don't even want to. I ain't gonna go there. I'm gonna play this clip back with like so they can finish this. But like, bro, he be pulling people's cards, bro. He don't. I'm like, that couldn't be me, bro. I was like, bro,
I was just watching him in public. He don't have no filter because he forgets he's not behind that screen no more. Like he cannot differentiate. This is truly him. It has consumed him.
He on some what's the character for Lord of the Rings? He is complete chaos.
Yeah, I agree. It truly is.
Like it's different when you like a Gandalf or something. But like, what's the guy's name? Let me find his cast.
Lord of the Rings.
I didn't watch this enough either, bro. Should have watched this a lot more.
I don't think I watched it in order. I think that's where I'm lost at.
I just happened to walk in on a long ass movie. It just like he's like a Sauron and he doesn't know it. Or like a he's not able to control his alchemy. He see how much power he has.
Yeah, he's just oozing,
bro,
oozing potential.
He gonna be a great.
Don't truly know what to do with it. Like he just being.
I'm like, bro, where are you going with this guy, bro? Like, I'm always saying, you have like a date. Like, what projection would you say on Clover Boys? What would you say like their finish line, their finish ticket?
Anticipating the end.
Then you can say it. You can say that end, but like
that's anticipating their end.
More like they're more like the day trees grow branches.
Ray is already showing his route of like. I ain't gonna lie, I didn't watch him lose so many brand deals, so his whole PR thing is different. Tylo getting older. Punga and Dez, I think they can get a lot more opportunities. But as a group, I ain't gonna lie, Reggie don't got long.
Think so?
I don't know. Not in the sense of he doesn't have long, but like I just think he don't do enough. He don't have enough hobbies. That's all. I think it's going to go in the age of like doing interesting things and being unapologetic about it. Like truly being interesting, not caring about like what you think you're supposed to be doing. Just to do things and document it.
I can say that. I can for sure say that.
So like, I mean, together, I really don't know how long they got, but I just could look at them individually and like, yeah, you're not interesting enough.
I was saying that, and I commend Tyson that what he did for sure. Like,
it's crazy move.
Not necessarily easy, but naturally that's what you want to do with the presence that you have. But my mom like, if these guys don't have a type of creativity that they're willing to hold in on for each other, y'all sign to a label. Like, and I'm looking at Rakai, I'm like,
Dude is about that. I don't lie.
man,
He gonna transform.
he's gonna become, I don't know.
He gonna change the definition of like what it means to do content. Like,
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, that's why I was like, it's interesting to see him and Deshae kind of link up. Which
you see that dance, bro? Rakai beyond ignorant. I was seeing him, I'm like, all right, Rakai. And Rakai, I'm like, you saying that about Reggie though. Which I'm with Reggie, like, he definitely like one of the, like, Reggie, bro, you definitely need to, you look like you still trying to pour from the cake. Like, you still like just trying to necessarily like see, or you trying to,
yeah, that's half of them though. It feels like
they just pulling from the cake.
yeah, it's like because they had a level of like 20s to where you gotta choose not to be bitter about the past you are slowly walking away from. So like not doing things out of that bitterness and resentment. Like, I'm doing this because this is where I come from. You can't do that yet. You can't do that at that moment in that age.
I would definitely say so.
Because you guys see, like, it seemed like the funniest ones, well, to me, in a way, is like Rakai, Ray.
Ray and Rakai, bro. I know they both, both Scorpios.
They insane. They unhinged, bro.
Ray definitely gonna be worse because was he from America?
No, he definitely from Taiwan.
Bro, I already know about what it is like, bro, with the it's an assassin group that come from Tokyo. How they call it. They be in movies though. Everybody talking about it a lot. It's an American thing.
Like the Yakuza?
Not the Yakuza, like
that's like mafia, never mind.
Let me see. Let me look up like
I don't know. I'm gonna go to Japan soon. Like, I'm trying to plan a trip to Japan like in the next 2 years, bro. Hands down.
I think it's essentially just what Debbie brought up the Yakuza. So you definitely on cue with that one. Triads. That's what I was trying to get at, like triads. But like seeing Ray's whole thing, like the mixture of just coming into like him integrating, being who he is, like, I mean, I don't know how that's going to turn out. I don't know how it's going to mix. I don't know how that's going to translate into evolution. I mean, his evolution. But it's going to be something real dangerous. Hey, with AMP, there's different. Like, it's already
whole different foundation.
But like the mixture that they're building, I feel like their mixture is a lot more toxic and volcanic. Like, they're going to...
It's chaos.
Somebody's going to erupt. Exactly. It's chaos. It's a baby. Like, and Kai's and that, no, he definitely birthed like... Oh, good. What do you say to like being in the position of putting your friends on? Like, how do you even go about that? Like, knowing that you have the power to do so, or you got the power to bring into a kind of representation or the type of platform you can do. How do you go about that?
Like, I'm highly inclined to seeing people's vision. So I have no problem putting forth the support, help, ideas, ethics when it comes to bringing it to life. But you can't fall in love with the potential of like what a person says they want to do. Like, where we come from and just how we are and how we do things, we can't go against it. So it's like where it's like we'll bring up something. It's like, okay, I heard you, I'm listening to you, but you still have to show me. You still got to come up with products and see what you're willing to put on your back before I can know how to help you. It's not even the fact that whether I want to help you or not. I don't know how to help you. And a lot of people don't know how to help us. I mean, that's not something we can control all the time. So I think it's just a matter of that. I wouldn't try too hard. What's genuine is what's genuine. So it's not gonna matter. Like status doesn't follow or compute. But I also don't know how high it get when you on that level. So I don't mind though, cause I'm willing to put on a stranger. Like I don't care. I want to. There's plenty to go around.
Facts.
There's enough. I'm tired of the whole the earth is at capacity type of thing, or there's no space and no food. I don't think we're at a lack of anything on this planet for real.
Nah.
I can't quite prove it, but I just don't believe it. I mean, of course, there's territorial factors in a lot of these things, but on a base note, I don't believe that there's a lack of anything for real.
I definitely wouldn't say we have like. I don't agree with that either. I don't know, but to your point of like putting people on, definitely. I don't know. I be thinking about it like this, like at the point, at a certain time, like at a certain point in time, people can put people on at their worst. Like I genuinely believe that. All you gotta do is be willing to collaborate with this person, and like seeing how that type of stuff go. Like I was looking and peeping.
I just ordered another hoodie.
What did it say?
Hoodie every season. No, what it say? That's kind of people kind of gotta wait to see that.
For sure.
But it's definitely I mean it's a piece to add to the collection, add to the support, add to the game. And
I would for sure say
I'm all for the movement. Let's just say that.
You know where I'm about to go? You guys know? All right, yeah. Where's that? Zootopia, bro. This is something that's like I recently just watched the trailer. Trailer been out for 3 months now. I ain't touched it. But like,
Yeah, same. I've heard one thing about it.
Yeah, one thing about it. Zootopia. Okay. I ain't like the camera this like whole time, but that thing moving. Does that move? Yeah. Like does it it kind of look like sorry about that. Maybe ancestors or something.
That's Cutwater is talking.
Definitely cut water. Zootopia 2 though. I was peeping it like and I was watching it. Just watching it and just seeing like
I'm listening.
I was looking into the eye of the camera. But yeah, I was watching it, peeping it, trailer, all that. Okay, so the whole thing about it, the snake is on the cover. Snake being like the new character. Don't know if he's a villain. Don't think he's a villain. But 2025, this being the year of the snake, the Chinese animal. What is snake to be exact for everybody to know? So I was like, I think I'll slow. What do you think about like this being the year of the snake? Why do you even think or could guess it would be in a Disney movie?
I was never fond of nothing that's slyer than me, so I don't know. Being a horse, having that type of knowledge,
damn,
I don't see no great relationship in that. Not the worst, but I just have a more genuine nature and cheerful side of things. I just feel like there's too much underlining expression and ulterior motive that comes from the snake, and just the representation and symbolism that comes from it. It's treachery, but like I still feel like there's positive lessons to be taken from the snake, because I still believe there's positive symbolism that comes from it as well. Just the Kundalini in a sense, and just like it takes two in a way.
I was talking about this thing that was like
Mostly treachery.
For sure. No medicine.
You can say medicine. I'm not afraid of that. That's
all right. You remember the characters of Zootopia?
barely. I ain't gonna lie. Zootopia was like, it's not like a super inclined movie that I jumped to see. So my memory on it is very vague.
All right. I was go ahead. All right. I was getting into it. Watched the trailer. Still interested. I never thought to think about the type of the main two characters, the fox and the bunny.
I remember them.
Them for sure. All right. The premise of Zootopia is what I gained to see that it is a political movie. Of course, being animals, social control, essentially. What I got into specifically about the fox and the bunny, and like the trailer starting off with them being in like partners in crisis therapy,
Right.
which is interesting. I got this weird fanaticism or this weird theory that they're necessarily in some type of writing or storytelling, they're a couple in a different kind of way. But when you look at it, a fox and a bunny is prey and predator.
Exactly.
They're not necessarily cohesive in a way. If you see a fox as a bunny,
What are you
doing?
Exactly.
So, and then the whole character of the bunny's character, necessarily getting this guy to be a lot more emotionally in tune because he's emotionally insecure. Interesting. So I was seeing it, and the whole demographic of like the police chief saying that like the snake is the case. Capture this snake. If you don't, I'm splitting you guys up as partners. And the aspect of her wanting to keep the friendship or keep the bond, keep them as partners more than so than he's going to show that he wants to. Because he wants to, but he's going to put effort into it. And I was looking at it like, okay, we got a fox, a bunny, and we got a snake. And the snake reveals itself on stage in front of a whole bunch of people. It was like, and the snake hasn't been in Zootopia for over however so long. They haven't seen the snake. So I was peeping like the demographic of it, even the rat thing being like the mafia, kiss my ring type of thing. If you ever go back see it and you peep the game, you're gonna see. But I was like, okay, get to my point. It's like this being the year of the snake, we got a bunny, a rabbit, and a snake for one. And this being like a social or political movie to where they like necessarily like they've been there it is. If you look at the first Zootopia, it was about showing a more benevolent animal, like an otter, go ravenous, and show out of control and rage.
I don't lie, otters is dangerous, like in real life.
I think they're dangerous, personally.
They truly are dangerous and will tear your face off.
Don't let it be more than one. Like, I think any animal that can go from earth to water.
Yeah. I don't want no parts.
What makes you do that? That's like definitely something that I think is heavily and big, or that I think is like crazy. But like in the first movie, you had the panther go crazy. More animals essentially go crazy. The fox ended up getting shot with the thing and go crazy. But it was all orchestrated by a sheep, which is a prey. So getting to the whole interesting thing of the concept of why they would make a Zootopia 2. One, I think this being a year of social change and demographics choosing to change. Black demographics, white demographics, any kind of demographic in America choosing to change. And like I was looking at it from an aspect of the snake being a political party that has been counted out of America in a way. And for it to show its face on public stage.
I think that's been depicted in a lot of movies lately too.
What movies? What'd you say?
It's like, as far as a political tertiary, like another perspective or standpoint is like this year. What other movies came out this year?
Sinners. It's off top. I haven't seen too many. We got Weapons. These are just probably the best movies I'm peeping that I can see. Another movie just came out that was pretty good.
Him. Tripping.
Him. I didn't watch him though, but
yeah, you gotta watch it. I mean, that's for another conversation on the examples of that, but fair enough. I can revisit that. You gotta see him though. You gotta see him.
I do gotta watch it because Marlon Wayans, I respect his out of comedic roles a lot. I respect Marlon Wayans on the comedic roles.
It's raunchy, bro.
It is.
It's pretty. His character, like,
I was seeing it where the dude was letting the footballs hit his face.
Yeah,
That's not normal.
bro.
Oh shit. All right, let me finish my point because I got something coming to you as far as all right, so yeah. I think the snake is to introduce social change. Period, point blank. I think for sure, to say this the least, I think the cop necessarily does not want to be a cop no more, the bunny. I think she's coming or she's awakening to a different kind of person that necessarily is not about being performative.
Got you.
The fox, I think he kind of wants to. I think he wants to be socially accepted. Of course, foxes are
Because you look like a sly, sneaky predator.
exactly. But the interesting thing about a fox and a snake is that they're kind of the same kind of predator.
Absolutely.
But they avoid each other because a snake can kill a fox. A fox can kill a snake. And I'm looking at it like, what is the snake going to bring out of this fox that the fox needs to solidify the partnership or solidify his opportunity to be a cop or his position in being a cop? And this is why I think the snake necessarily isn't evil because, or a villain in the aspects of that, because I think he's necessarily just trying to improve the matters. How can you be a zootopia without a snake? How can you be a zootopia without the worst, sneaky, conniving kind of animal in the beast? And I think that's correlated to a demographic of people in America. So when I say that, I'd be like, I just peep the whole thing, and it's like, what matters most when it comes to them putting a snake in there, a wooden snake being stability, also intuition. I mean, also like, so I mean, my biggest thing is being in change, confronting uncomfortable truths. Simple as that. So I'm interested to watch the movie, but I'm not so interested in watching the movie. I want to watch it from exactly what's going on technically. So I was like, I just peeped that. But to skip point, Heritic.
You seen it? You watched it?
Yeah, I did.
What you think about that movie, bro? What you think about that movie? I'm listening. I want to hear your interscope and your just introspect on like the complete plot twist and how it like the movie kept getting deeper and deeper, and it's like, oh yeah, this dude is like he's completely unhinged
For sure. All right, since I am fresh in the watchings of it, which I got to watch it technically twice because I watched it to like 50 minutes, and I watched it again. So, all right, those being two girls that was missionary, I'm gonna say this off rip. I did not know that the one that I thought was gonna die, I didn't think that she was gonna die, and that's why this movie was like perfectly written because it wasn't about. Damn. Okay. Start from the beginning. Two missionaries, girls, door to door, reaching out. My guy reached back, saying, I want to learn more. I'm interested into your religion. They get there.
That guy's into it for the love of the game.
Off rip, he's lying. Off rip, everything he said was untruthful. And then gaslighting them to be that they was untruthful. And
yeah, talking about, I know you didn't take a call.
What do you mean? You know I didn't because you...
Nah,
why you tell me you had a wife here?
Yeah.
That was wild. And
knowing our rules, and we disclosed that before we came in here.
Up front, we can't come in without a wife being present. Is that really true, Benjamin? Are missionary women allowed to walk into houses without a wife or a woman being present?
So, when it comes to missionaries, it would probably be like Latter-day Saints is who they were like referencing. I'm not sure exactly of their rules, but I wouldn't be shocked.
Okay, gotcha.
I'm not really sure. I mean,
they were definitely like evangelists. I would say got to be.
Yeah, typically who you see as like missionaries that do like the door to door. That's Mormons or Latter-day Saints.
Mormons.
Got you.
It was that Mormons.
So they might have restrictions, but I'm not positive on what they are.
All right, got you. So yeah, first scene the most important scene when the thing started really getting heated was blueberry muffins.
Yeah, the blueberry pie.
That was wild. Like,
cause he kept like playing with the lie, like throwing it out there to see if they were actually listening. Like it was a test from the beginning, like start to finish. It was like you're not really listening to the things I'm asking you, like so you can truly think critically for yourself and uncover what you really believe. Like it was testing their faith on a whole different level.
Facts. And it wasn't ever about him or them being who they were. It was never about that at the end of the day. he didn't even care that they was who they was, and he made it seem like he had opposing beliefs when that was just to keep them longer.
Exactly.
Like, that's grimy.
He was humoring and enticing them
Factual.
on the level of just experimenting on his own.
On his own. So I would say, like, giving to credit, for one, then I think the one that I thought was going to die died. I thought simply because I felt like, or read that Sister Barnes, I felt that she had a more reason to be faithful, which she honestly did. She was being unfaithful. I felt like the other one did not. She was academically brought into the religion, so I didn't necessarily think that she had like a real innate.
Mm-hmm.
It was more so.
This is what I was just kind of brought up in.
Yeah,
there's no need to go against it.
No need to go against it type stuff, and she knew her things. I think Sister Barnes being one that was like saying we need somebody to be present, asking the questions. Her father dying, you misconstruing the type of death that he died by. She caught out on. She was already feeling nervous, so she was already in tune. I think the other one was already in tune with how things was going, but the politeness was what was totally killing them. It was how polite y'all was being, and that's why I think the difference becoming like, don't be so polite because you know what's right. And
nah, for real. I'm kind. I'm not nice. Like,
yeah,
you can't give that because people treat you as gullible or naive or like just easy pushover.
Factual,
easy lick,
and that was something I peeped game on. So when he asked them to come meet the wife, and the doors was locked, all metal house, can't take cellular calls.
This ain't your first trial.
This ain't your first trial, and you lied and said that you couldn't unlock the doors after a certain time. You got lost in conversation. I thought it was also interesting when he began to speak about, was it David? Speak about somebody having multiple wives and saying that he was using that as a ploy or a lie to have multiple wives. Saying that polygamy was not something that was needed. He was saying that it was something that he made up so he can have and be infidelity.
Trying to excuse it.
Yeah. I thought that was interesting to even bring in that type of thing because that made him uncomfortable even more speaking about sex and speaking about multiple wives. So he knew how to throw him off. He was playing. He's playing what he's playing. Getting him to go back in the house.
Yeah, I just recently turned it back on, but I kind of turned on to go to sleep. So I'm watching it until I'm not. And it was a part where he's like, she's like, I would really like if you go get your wife again.
Yeah.
He's like, are you asking me because you really believe she's in there or for the sake of being polite? Like, you know, and he's like pressing them about like how they say what you really want to say.
I'm just fucking with you type of shit.
And let me not waste my time if that's the game you playing.
Yeah.
Dude is cynical, bro.
He's cynical. And when he get him to go back there and he bring up the monopoly, this is where it all gets cynical.
I think that's when I felt like this movie was recommendation worthy. Like, because it was just keep going.
Nah. They get him to go back there because they try to go out the door. Couldn't go out the door. Door's locked at a certain point. House only goes out one way, technically. So that's when they friends and they can't call nobody, can't open the door. So they decide to go back because they found out that the bike lock, keys to the bike lock are in their. Why would we take my coats back that far? That's what blew me off rip. Bro, that's a living room accessory. It's not no back room accessory where you have a coat hanger.
Let me take these away and go get them when you're ready to go.
A wallet could be in there, bro. Like, what are you doing? That was off rip that blew me because y'all just, yeah, and he brung y'all Coca-Cola. That's never a guest beverage.
Okay.
Under any circumstance, that's never a guest beverage. And you brung it on a platter where you brung a candle. You already
played in their face.
Played in their face.
To see if you had balls enough to like press the issue here. He knew who he had over.
Extremely two strong girls, though.
Agreed.
Extremely. Beyond two strong girls. So they finally go back all the way, which I didn't know what was back there. Couldn't have guessed it. Couldn't have guessed that. They go back there. They talk about it. That's when he goes into the, we know, or the girls go into the fact that they've been here so long and we got a call from somebody, so we got to go. And he knows they're lying because they can't take calls. And then they get into the whole aspect of, yes, you guys can leave, but you got to choose a door.
Like, I ain't gonna lie, but at the point, I'm no longer respectful.
No one respected. Now, this is where I would have got physical though. Because now I don't need to necessarily like choose a door. I'm gonna choose you.
Nah, for real.
I'm gonna sit in this house alone. You old. That's what I would have took it to.
Straight up.
I
Kind of
would
got to.
What to do? So, then that's when I keep asking the question like, could you just show us which way is out? And you're like, you guys have seen my house, right? You have seen my house, right? Yes, we have seen your house. Well, if you see my house, you can know that my house goes off the edge of a hill or edge of a cliff. So you have to go down to get out. Sinister. You've been here too long. And it was like into a point to where he was like, would you like help? After he asked, would you like help? I mean, essentially in a way say yes, could you help me? Thinking that he's about to hold her hand. And he goes into Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. Called the big three is what he called it. And he compared these three religions to Monopoly and how they're just iterations of the one or true religion, however you want to get that to. And then he ended up going to like how Monopoly was a game that was iterated from a game called Landlords or something like that. And essentially just saying that religion is a form of capitalism and control. So that's where he threw Sister Barnes off. That's the one I remember, because that's when I was like, she knows something ain't right, but she can't necessarily, Paxton. Her name was Paxton. The other one was Paxton. If you need to know. Her name was Paxton. Sister Paxton. I don't know. But yeah. So you get into that. And then Sister Barnes ended up choosing the door essentially and saying that like she ended up correcting him or challenging his belief, challenging when he thought about Monopoly and the three religions. And she ended up like choosing the door, which was the belief. He wrote on the doors, by the way, that belief and non-belief of your faith. And Paxton chose non-belief. She felt pressure, I would say, to feel like, okay, you have a point, but I just want to get out of here. My safety is more important than my faith.
Exactly. And
that was like, that's where it got twisted at here. That's where the games begin with a person like that, because he wants to see how hell-bent you is on your faith. So Paxton chose non-belief, Sister Barnes chose belief, and Paxton tried to get Sister Barnes to go over there, and Barnes eventually told her like, no, we should come over here, and essentially doing that. And ended up going down the door, open the door, going on the door. You said both of these doors go straight down.
Same place. You end up at the same place.
That's wicked. Like, so they get downstairs, don't know what the hell to do. Sister Barnes immediately trying to get out. Look up. If we down, we look up, I guess. See how there's snow. It's storming. So this is a terrible day in general. Meanwhile, I don't know if he was a priest or a god that's in the church essentially knows that they're out doing that, what they're doing. He comes looking, essentially. After so long period of time, gets to the door and all that, knocks on the door, says, have you seen these two girls? He lies, says he hasn't. That kind of thing.
It's horrible.
It's horrible. They get downstairs, trying to get out. He ended up like putting them through this game of showing you what life and death is, and showing that death is not what we seen, that you can come back to life. Not necessarily not come back to life, but that there's nothing after death. That was his twist. So yeah, there's nothing after death. Essentially having a woman eat a blueberry pie with, I forgot what was
something in it.
Lion's mane or wolf's bane or something in there. She ended up dying. That was when, okay, I'm telling the story kind of too fast or backwards, but the woman ate the lion's bane. She died, and that's when their guy who works at the church, who knows they're out, came knocking on the door, for which they went upstairs to scream and yell for help as loud as they could if they was going to be heard, which they didn't. They came back downstairs for the woman that was dead on the table, and essentially Paxton knew that was a different person. So Barnes was like, no, that's the same person. Let's still get out of here. If he comes down, we're going to try to stab him or something like that. And to speed this story up, and long story short, was that like he was experimenting with girls and basically having them play a trick on people's faiths or some type of people's faith. I'm in that right there. I'm gonna pick up, but I want to know like biggest takeaways from that entire concept of a movie. who you think like that will specifically speak to? You think that was like made for a person like you, or you feel like that was made for the diaspora, for even people who actually believe?
It's definitely made for a person like me. And what I mean by that is like inquisitive people that are taught to ask questions, or not even taught to ask questions, but like just born to ask questions, because I truly want to know, and I want to know the perspectives of it, and like that true standpoint. I want to know that side so I can choose my side. I don't want to go off of anything just because this is what I was born to learn or practice. But I also don't want to be naive enough to know to just join the opposite. I truly want my own decision.
Bro, it's factual.
Now it was like it was phases and levels to that movie though.
Factual.
Because once you really watched it, you start to see like there's more that you should ask yourself. And a lot of people are triggered because of the willingness to question your identity, and people have to truly ask themselves, and some people get hurt.
Do you think like for it to be, jump back to the movie, for it to be like a movie like this, did you think he was gonna slit her throat? Think he was gonna kill anyone?
I didn't think he was gonna turn into like this psychopath type of person, because he seemed to be a sociopath. So like, he doesn't have to act on certain things just yet because of how he can play with your play with the conversation and your mentality. I didn't expect it, because he don't seem like a person that's just equipped to just use brute strength.
Yeah, he doesn't care about that,
and he also doesn't expect it.
Yeah.
So he's great movie.
When he slit her throat, for one, I thought he didn't slit her throat deep enough. That was one conceptions. And for two, I thought she was gonna live. To see how Sister Paxton even like gathered her stuff and how she was essentially the smarter one. Did you think that, first of all, and this is why he chose, because he already knew that she has been lying about her faith. She had an implant in her arm, so she was having sex, being a missionary or being a Mormon, however say that. But he knew which one was pure, and he knew which one wasn't. That was the most dangerous thing about it. And I think like capitalism itself, it draws the line between pure and unpure, but it makes purity its partner and ally. Because I for sure think Paxton is going to develop that kind of psychosis, that kind of thought. Even when at the end, when she began to think about the butterflies, how it was like, we don't know if we're the butterfly thinking about humankind, or the humankind thinking about the butterfly, or kind of analogy like that. And how she finally got out and she seen the butterfly in her hand, but she don't know if the butterfly was really there. Like, he passed down something to her. And I think in those two different kinds of people that need each other. Like the innocent, the pure and the impure need each other, essentially. Like, and I think Sister Barnes would have sacrificed her life for her regardless, because she knew that.
Because you pure enough to make the purest decision when you get this type of news. Factual. That type of thing. It's like that.
Factual. I think that was crazy. That was crazy. And she may never even choose to want to be who she was. She doesn't necessarily, I mean, necessarily have to, but
she's on her own walk of life by that point.
Like, in that kind of lifestyle, or that kind of turn of events, people need to seriously watch out for, because you might run into a person that's like that. You might just run into a person who can tell you that kind of story. Like,
that's not gonna give you the answers.
Yeah, she figured it out, like, because I wanted you right here. I changed your bike locks. I put your bike locks. I put all that. That's what had me tripping, because I'm like, when did this guy go change the bike locks?
And too many questions from the jump.
Too many questions. Like, the guy would have seen it walking up. He would have seen that these are the girls' bikes. So like, how do you even know? And like, and to think about it, man, it's something that's like that really should. You should.
And it's like and back to what we were saying, like you could see how the girls are questioning themselves because they're young. They're talking to an older guy, so of course he should know more than me. He should be more wise than me. So it's like they're confident. Well, they have an answer, but they're not as confident as they would be because they're going up against a person that's older than them.
You notice the one I talk about, like Taco Bell. Why we don't talk about Taco Bell?
We don't talk about Taco. Yeah, exactly. Like that's what we're doing now, and you got to get hip to the times on like there's certain things we have to stand on as a younger generation.
It's dangerous. It's dangerous because if the old wanted to rage war on the young, like I said before, 200, you get 200-year-old men raging war on the young. It's genocide. It can be.
Yeah, until you get somebody like Alexander the Great.
It got to be somebody great and triumphant, and that's the thing I think people don't recognize before.
And it take being head first.
Factual. What do you think? Which one of those do you think been here before? Paxton and Sister Barnes. What do you think been here before? That's not an easy answer. That's not even a question for bro. But
nah, for real.
Which one would you say?
Understood. What's the I keep getting the names confused. What's the dark haired girl?
That's Barnes. Paxton is the
innocent. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, the pessimist has always been here before.
Oh, damn. Oh, that's damn. That's true. Okay. Damn. I'm tagging that. The pessimist has always been here before.
For sure.
Damn. That speaks truth. In real time.
I'll give it to that.
So does the pessimist die first? She knew she was going to die, though. He said he's watching me too closely that I wouldn't even be able to do nothing. So
he expects me.
He expects me.
Yeah.
Damn.
You feel me?
Damn. That's wild.
Yeah. And she's willing to go down as the martyr because she knows even though this is as far as I go, it's not over. The purity has to live on. You have to live for the purity because, again, you're less biased. You can, even seeing this type of reality, you're still pure enough to make the pure, genuine, authentic decision. I'm going to make it all the bias and resentment on how much I know this cruel this world is.
Damn. That's crazy. He knew which one. Damn. That's too good.
Great movie.
It's too good.
Great movie.
Fantastic movie. Like, in all actuality, like, I got to give it to what it was. Like, I got to give it to what it was. That was Slippery Slope.
I'm going to give it to the end of the world.
Beginning of you can find it in the notes.
That's the end of episode 2.
Season
2. Back in the forge.
Back home. Comfortable. Protected, most importantly.
Yeah, it's like we spend so much time outside. It's like it's good to stop and be back at home and kind of give that comfortable space of like we've been here before.
Actual. We definitely been here before. Yeah, once again, thanks, man. Glad we had to have it. I'm gonna see you next time. This is my last words. I'm good to go. That was a good episode. I said on that one.
I didn't expect that conversation to go that way.
Not at all.
If you ask me.